Salut tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Now, in a previous video, I went through a fantastically useful list of everyday informal greetings that you can use to add some variety to your day-to-day French conversations. So in today's video, I thought, why not do the same for farewells? Donc, du coup, c'est parti! Allez, let's kick off with some more general goodbyes. So of course, you've all heard of au revoir. Au revoir, a little bit more formal, and you typically use it with people you're meeting for the first time, but you can use it with anyone. Ensuite, we have salut. Salut, you've probably most likely heard for hi or hello, but it's also doubly useful because it can also be used to say goodbye. It's as informal for goodbye as it is for hello. Speaking of terms that could be used for both hello and goodbye, we have bonsoir. Bonsoir, of course, used if the evening is kicking in or you're in the middle of the evening and you want to wish someone a good evening. Next up is one which comes from Italian and you'll be familiar with if you've seen any of my other videos because it's what I always sign off with, is the word ciao. Ciao. Now in Italian it can be used as hello and goodbye, but in French it's only used for goodbye, or at least that's the only time I've ever heard it said, and it just feels so natural to me, and that's why I threw it in on my first video and haven't looked back. Now we move on to a group of terms which all begin the same way, and that makes it quite flexible. I'll give you some standard fixed ones and also some examples of ones where you can change the main content of the term, and you'll see what I mean as we go through. First of all is à bientôt. À bientôt. See you soon. I like the logic behind the word bientôt because tôt is early and bien means well or very in this case, so very early, soon. Now we have four ways of saying see you later, which means later in the same day. And let's start with à plus tard. À plus tard. Now notice here you do not pronounce the S en plus, it's à plus tard. See you later. And this commonly gets shortened to à plus. À plus. Now when the plus stands alone here, you do pronounce the S. So à plus tard or à plus. À plus. And in text messages, I've seen this shortened to A and then the plus symbol, but that could just be because I'm down with the kids, you know? And the other ways of expressing see you later are à tout à l'heure. À tout à l'heure. Or this gets shortened, just like à plus tard gets shortened to à tout. À tout. Now the word is actually tout, so T-O-U-T, but because of the immediate A after à tout, you use the liaison and it becomes à tout à l'heure. But when it's shortened, it sort of remembers this presence of à l'heure, so people say à tout instead of à tout. À tout, and they're really expressing à tout à l'heure. Now what if you want to say to someone you'll see them in a minute, you'll see them very shortly. You don't want to say à bientôt because soon is still too far away, or see you later is still too far in the future. Well, you say à tout de suite. À tout de suite. And this is à tout de suite. So again, the presence of de instead of à this time, the presence of de after tout introduces this liaison, and just so it flows better, you say à tout de suite. À tout de suite. À tout de suite. À tout de suite. And when I was making this list and repeating à tout de suite over and over again, it made me think of this song from the classic film Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Toot, sweets, toot, sweets, the candies you whistle, the whistles you eat.
So tell me in the comments down below if that's going to help you remember that à tout de suite means see you in a sec. Now the other term that I use to sign off on my videos apart from ciao is the term which precedes it immediately, which is à la prochaine. À la prochaine. Now you may ask, why is it la prochaine and not le prochain? Well actually, just like some of the others, it's an abbreviation of a bigger term, and that is à la prochaine fois. À la prochaine fois, see you next time. So à la prochaine fois. And fois is feminine, so you have la prochaine, à la prochaine. So you can see, just like with the greetings in my greetings video, you can chain some of these together. Next up, we have a way to say see you on a particular day. So just like the others, it begins with a plus the day of the week without the article. So à mercredi, à jeudi, à mardi. And if you want to specify next Tuesday, next Wednesday, you would say à mardi prochain, à mercredi prochain. The same principle also applies for times in the day, whether you're specifying a time on the clock or a period during the day, so this evening or 3 p.m. You would say à ce soir, see you tonight, or à 15h, at 3 p.m. So you may be asking yourself, what's all this business with the a at the beginning? What does that mean? Or you might not, but I'm going to tell you anyway because it interests me. It's an abbreviation like so many of the other terms in this list. A is actually a short version in this case of jusqu'à. And jusqu'à means until. So jusqu'à plus tard, jusqu'à 15h, jusqu'à mardi, until Tuesday, until 3 p.m, and until later on. And I can imagine in years gone by in English saying things like, well, until tomorrow, or until 3 p.m. then. And I like this because we can see a connection between older English, which isn't used anymore, and both modern French and of course French at that time before English diverged and evolved. Now the final few are ways to wish someone a good day, good evening, good afternoon. And that is bonne journée, bonne soirée, and bon après-midi. You hear this all the time. You wish it to people whenever you leave them, when you leave them in a shop, whether you leave them in a bar, whether you leave friends. It's just a nice thing to say. So people that say that French are rude, they should come to France and they will hear this in every single place they go. Sure, some people say it a bit robotically because they say it all day long, but they say it quand même, or they say it nevertheless. And I think that adds a nice polite touch to the end of a conversation. So why do we say bonne journée, bonne soirée, bon après-midi instead of bonjour, bonsoir, bon après-midi? Well, it's because for these, we're talking about the duration of time, so the duration of a day or an evening. And for those, we use the feminine version, so journée for jour, soirée for soir, and après-midi doesn't change. And with any of these last three, you can enhance the sentiment by adding très or excellent in place of bonne, just to give it an extra touch. And one final thing, these are all short versions of the full sentence, which would be passez une bonne soirée if you don't know them that well and you're using vous. If you know them, you say passe. So passe une bonne journée, passe une bonne soirée, followed by probably au revoir, à bientôt, à plus tard. Bon, I think that comprehensive list will help add some really important variety to the ends of your conversation and also make you feel a little bit more French, which is what I aim to do on this channel. Alors les gars, tell me down in the comments below, what is your favourite way of saying goodbye in French, either from the list that we've covered today or not? I want to know about it. So if you enjoyed the video guys, please give it a big thumbs up down below. If you are new around here and haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so by clicking that big red subscribe button underneath the video. It really helps the channel grow. But until next time, merci de regarder. À la prochaine. Ciao.